today's segment, we'll show you how to remove and replace the headlight and tail light in this Ford Taurus. Let's have a look at the headlight. The tools we'll be using is a ratchet with an extension, 8mm deep socket, 10mm deep socket, fiber stick, sharp V trim pop tool, and a small pick tool. To remove our headlight assembly, we first have to remove our 8mm bolt, and then we'll remove the two headlight holding rods. Let's get that 8mm out first and set that aside. Next is to pull up on the two retaining clips for the headlight. Just get your fingers under, pull up, and wiggle out. There's one, and the second one. With our bolt and retaining clips out, we can then gently remove our headlight. Just wiggle back slowly and loosen your electrical connection off the headlight. Just pull it back. With that off, we can turn it around. You can see the clip. Just push down on it and gently pull back. Let's bring our headlight over and have a look at the bulbs. With our headlight protected by a piece of paper on our workbench, we can then turn out our signal light. Just turn counterclockwise and gently remove. Examine our bulb, just wiggle it out. This bulb is a 3457 double filament amber. It's in good shape, so we'll go ahead and put it back in. Only really goes in one way, clicks in. Take a second to wipe any grease you might have got from your fingers on it. Then line up the three tabs with the three tabs inside the casing and turn back in. Next, for our headlight, grab hold of the whole rear housing on the headlamp and turn. This will remove the casing to expose our electrical connections. To remove the headlight bulb, first let's disconnect our electrical. Just get underneath your clip here with your pick tool and gently lift back. Setting that aside, you can then untwist the headlight retaining clip. Again, counterclockwise, and remove the retaining ring. With that out of place, we can then examine our bulb. This bulb is a 9007 HB5 bulb. It's still good shape, so let's go ahead and wipe that off. And realign up the tabs with the housing and install. With our bulb back in place, we can then reattach our retaining ring. Only goes one way, and twist in. With our retaining ring back in place, we can then reconnect our electrical. Only goes one way. Click into place. With our pigtail back on our headlight bulb, we can then put the last retainer on and turn in. Let's put this headlight back in. To replace our headlight assembly, first connect your electrical. Only going one way. And slide it back on the retainer. With that in place, we can go ahead and wiggle our headlight back. And support it in place. Next is to replace our sliding retainers. Make sure they're right down. Then to replace our 8mm bolt. Turn in by hand first, a couple threads, and go ahead and tighten in. Now on to our tail lights. In order to remove our rear tail lamp assembly, we first have to remove the retainer that holds our carpet hiding our bolts. This is done by removing the two screw-type retainers, one on each side. Put that aside. Then the three push clips. And this is done with our sharp V trim tool. Just gently pry under it and pull up. clips out so we can then pull up on it. And gently wiggle it out and put that aside. With our carpet retainer removed, we can now pull back on our carpet to expose our three 11mm nuts holding in our tail lamp assembly. Let's go ahead and remove those. With our 11mm nuts removed from the backside, we can go ahead and support our taillight assembly and gently wiggle it out. Once that's removed, we'll turn out our pigtails counterclockwise and the little one. We'll set our taillight assembly aside and I'll show you the light bulbs. Our park signal bulb, just grabs hold of it, wiggle it out. It's a 3057K double filament clear. That's for our park and turn. This bulb's in good shape, so we'll go ahead and reinstall. Give that a quick light. Our reverse light, it's a 921. And this is also in good shape. Just clicks in, we'll reinstall. Now we can put them back in our taillight assembly. Reinstall our sockets. Bulbs quick wipe, and grease off them. Line up the tabs with the inside. Turn in. Same with our reverse light. Quick wipe. Line up your tabs and turn back in. Once those are in, we can go ahead and support our tail light and get it back in place. It has lining pins on the back side, so it can only go in one way. And support it until you get your 11mm nuts on. Supporting the tail light from the front side, go ahead and install one of the nuts on just to hold it in place. Then you can go ahead and hand tighten the following two on. One up here. And one up here. And using your ratchet and your 11mm socket, go ahead and snug them up. These don't have to be super tight, just nice and snug. You don't want to break the housing. With those back in place, we can go ahead and replace our carpet. And we'll put back on our carpet retainer. Let's line the retainer up. Press it into place. Once it's secure, go ahead and replace the three push tabs, or clips. And left to screw on the retainers. And again, these just are hand tight. In the rear. In this segment, we showed you how to remove and replace your headlights, your tail lights on this Ford Taurus. Hopefully we saved you a little time and money from bringing it to an expensive service where you can do this yourself. From us at AutoBodyTips.net, thank you. In this segment, we showed you how to remove and replace your headlights and your tail lights on your Ford Taurus. Hopefully we saved you a little money instead of bringing it to a professional shop where you can do something like this yourself. From us at AutoBodyTips.net, thank you.